nationwide protest as Tinubu is given few days to vacate office as president or release Nnamdi Kanu. Niger Delta militants warn. Now so Niger Deltans don't enter the streets. Them don't enter the streets. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, can you be able to fight this? This is exactly what an observer said today in an interview when he was asked about the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Ichimako, and the brother of Nnamdi Kanu, that what does he think about it, or what can he say about it? And the guy said it that what the Nigerian government did was injustice. That is Nigerian government trying to say that they can withstand the masses. If they are saying that they can withstand the masses, then they are trying to say that they can withstand 1 million people by the time they decide to face the military. Even with the military, even as the military are holding their weapon, they cannot withstand 1 million Nigerians if they decide to take this very issue to revolution level. They will drop their weapon and disappear. Now, Niger Deltans are up right now with their banner written "Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our brother." As Sari Dokubo has taken it up as well to challenge this very issue. Make I not talk too much. I want Kanu enter the video, make una hear what they talk inside the video, because bless her to talk. You understand? Bless her to talk. Make una listen to this one. Make una listen, because
the world with us and the society justice of people. Why are you talking of poverty? I'm not talking. You don't have. Good evening to you. Currently, we hear what Asari Dokubo is saying, that Nnamdi Kanu is his brother. Maybe they have seen that time has come for Biafra to get the freedom. They're scared. They want to join the movement currently. They want to come from behind. And we see Tom Polo and former president of Nigeria, Jonathan Goodluck, having secret meeting to see how that can come to become reality in Nigeria currently. Yes, let me just tell you, I think the Niger Delta, the issue of South has been edified and ruled stop, actually pushed by Gowon, to make sure that the Igbos are completely disengaged, or fractured, or disimpact, or infiltrated, so that they cannot be able to come together as one. Immediately after the Niger-Biafra war, Gowon did not actually go to the eastern part of the country. He moved to the so-called South today, where he went. Even after the war, he had some level of arrangement and meeting with them and all that at the end of the day. Before immediately we see abandoned property, we start seeing people not be South not people, Port Harcourt not people. We need to hear all this manner of things, But thank God for the people of Delta State who are still existing, even at this moment, even though they were more massacred, our massacre is still there. You see, this is what I'm saying, they are purely and still remain people till today. They have never questioned, even though it was became very clear. The Delta State, I'm talking about Delta State, go. So what does that tell you? Chukwuma Nsogbu is an Afro man. He's an Igbo man. Forget whether it is religion or religion no say. No, that's not correct. What is his name? It's Chukwuma. So, Gowon visit after the war to the so-called justice they created was what instigated what we are seeing today to a point that say actually come together in any form. That if you see them coming together, it means Nigeria will not be able to infiltrate them and take what belongs to their land and use it anyhow. Sure, if they are using it for the development of Nigeria, that is ununderstandable. But they use it anyhow, bastardize and pollute the entire Nigerian Delta Biafra land. And when I see this will say, I look at them, I laugh. Yes! So if Asari Dokubo is coming out publicly and looking at that angle, say, yes, Nnamdi Kanu was his brothers. We can reconcile. I disagree to agree. And he's coming up publicly to say it, that in case of Nigeria think otherwise, the Igbo man will not declare for Nigeria. The Igbo man will declare for Biafra because Igbos are their brothers. Yes, he said it very clearly. But at that level, we are now seeing a different fragmentation within the old eastern region because they are using political means. One serious campaign that you are not using just to make an approved for you. I think that is, but I like Jonathan. I love Jonathan. Yes, I have always loved Jonathan. I'm not talking about his qualities as a leader, as a president that time, or what he was able to give out to Nigeria, not mind where you come from. I love Jonathan so much. But Jonathan himself has come to realize that the Nigeria as a nation is still questionable. That Nigeria as a nation can never be allowed to exist the way it is. And that the best option that if negotiation of unity fails, balkanization becomes an alternative. He said it very clearly that I was betrayed. Who betrayed you? It's not the Igbo. He said it very clearly. Even though we have not had any a talk at the presidency, we supported and gave our respective lives to make Jonathan president of Nigeria against the peace of the Yorubas and the Northerners. We stood for Jonathan. But when it comes to politics and to steal the crude oil, they will tell you that South Sudan is not an Igbo man. But gradually, I was given to John Azun Tambata from Ikwere for the unification of the Igbo nation that's already ongoing. So I said to Kubo, yes, we saw the secret meeting. We saw the meeting where Tombolo was already briefed. We had a very good arrangement there, connection and chemistry and understanding. And before that, I remember that Tombolo has actually hosted, so powerful Igbo celebrities and businessmen in the Barabasi Kingdom. Not few months ago. He's signaling that a time will come that the North and the Yorubas cannot be able to question us anymore because we would have conquered the infiltration and divide and rule, above what they think, and we will use it as a block to defend the entire South.
And that takes us to current situation of Nigeria where insecurity is fighting, and we also know coming tomorrow on the 20th of October, someone from Yoruba land will take the horn by himself that he is going to come out only without no fear that there's going to be freedom for Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you for that question, because a lot of Igbos are not comfortable with the way Sowore is actually pushing for that protest, and whether he's working for the government or not. That's not my business. But my business at this point is to question the rationale why a judge in Nigeria could not be able to declare or issue a court injunction, a spotted injunction on the issue that has to do with protest right inside the sitting court premises. Mark my word, sitting court
premises. Why is it that it's only when he entered his chambers that he now issued a court injunction, triggering a certain angle, fear within the circle of the Nigerian military? And what we're hearing, that
Tinubu finally gives Nnamdi Kanu Biafra. Yes, unknowingly. Niger Delta has taken the bull by the horn to take the pursuit. In fact, admitting their past mistakes for breaking away from the struggle. But now they are saying, we are Igbos. We are Igbos. We belong to the Igbos. Instead of declaring for Nigeria, we will declare for Biafra. In fact, I tell you, Asai Dokubo has admitted his wrongs, saying that I stand for Nnamdi Kanu because we are brothers. We agree to disagree. We may have faults, but as it is now, I stand for Biafra instead of Nigeria. So because this is happening, and because everybody is giving their support to the Biafrans, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I don't think you have anything else to say than to honor and surrender. Surrender Biafra. I knew that Tinubu would be the one to give the Igbos Biafra, and it will happen before his very eyes, and in fact it will happen unknowingly to him. When it will happen, he will like, if I've known, I would have responded to this guy's quest. Now Biafra has been given before my very eyes unknowingly. My people, I'm not gonna share this video, make everybody lay hand on it, because a lot doesn't know what is happening in Niger Delta. Imagine, you heard what they said about the Asaba massacre, and I've always been saying it here in this very platform of the Asaba massacre, and how the Asaba people were massacred while joining the struggle for Biafra, and why it is important that the Asaba people, the Delta people, see the Biafran struggle as their own struggle because of the Asaba massacre. You heard it here in this very video. Let's share this video, let everybody have a copy and clip of it. Let's subscribe and like this very video. Thank you.